Would you tell me if I got like really fat or
You guys you're not built like us. Guys can say to each other, and guys are like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I got to get my together. And women are just weak. So you say something, women are fragile. And here's they're also,
are stupid.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of truth to that. Women are,
oh my God.
Women are weaker and dumber than men.
Weaker and dumb or emotionally intelligent?
No. Women, in a lot of ways, you could just say women are pathetic. And so when you have to speak honestly, you have to talk to a woman like you would a child. Hey, do you know sugar and a lot of carbs, they actually aren't that good for you. Unless you're going to expend a lot of energy, I think I might get into some tuna. Something like that.
I hate you so much.
But it's not your fault. It's really just being a woman.
Okay, thank you. Bye now.
What's wrong with me molding my wife to please me?
She's not a seasoned woman.
We don't want that.
Know already.
We don't want that.
Those younger women, those girls don't know themselves already. Men want those women because they're able to mold them.
Absolutely.
And you can teach them and tell them what to do and how to do it, when to do it, and what to do.
No.
With us older women, we've been there, done that. We already know ourselves.
We don't want women that we have to battle your past for. If I get me a younger woman with less experience, why can't a alpha man mold his wife to be that wife to make him happy? This is why we date younger women. They don't have those experiences, those trauma decisions that you've been through your whole life that's keeping your guard up from me. Because I hate the notion that women always try to make it seem like men are semi-predators because we want a pure woman. This is what we want. Y'all can't get mad at us for wanting what we want.
Give me an example of how you're actually currently being oppressed.
Because those systems have been in place so long where women shouldn't have jobs, women shouldn't have financial stability, women shouldn't be in charge of their own finances, a lot of families have come to think that that is the truth. They have come to accept that. And so a lot of families don't prioritize their daughters getting educated or etc.
So what do you have to say then across the nation in the United States? The higher education gap, it's like 60-40, 60% women, and this was the case since 1980. So perhaps historically this might have been the case, but now that the gap exists in the other way, are you prepared to say that there's discrimination and sexism against men given the disparity?
No, I'm not prepared to say that.
But there's a gap that exists.
Yeah, and why is that gap there?
Maybe because women are being presented with more opportunities just because they're women.
Is the female population not higher than the male population?
Perhaps in a very small way, it wouldn't account for such a massive gap in higher education.
Oh, yes. A little known secret about women and their exit strategy. And this is, I'm laughing, but it's not a good thing. Women who want to leave a relationship, and by the way, it's women who file for the divorce way more often than the men do. Just FYI. In fact, with college educated women, I believe the statistic is about 93% of the time they file for divorce rather than their husbands. So the structure in a girl's brain when she goes into an exit strategy is that she will be long down that road before the guy has any idea, typically. And that's why it's hardly ever women that come home to a house that's been emptied out and a note on the counter that says, I'm leaving you. That's something men go through.
Honey, you are freaking deluded.
For so many years, the rhetoric was all these women are going to end up alone. There's never been so many women that are unmarried without children. And I think this takes back the narrative of like, look at these lives that women are building and look how much happier you can be single than with somebody that is dragging you down and draining your resources.
This idea of unmarried, alone, single, childless women, full of their career, being happy. This is the story I always tell about that, 40-year-old woman who lives in a place like New York City and has the really nice apartment and has the really good job. And, everyone, all of these young women look at her and say, oh, she's got it all. She didn't need a man and she didn't need kids. And inside that woman is rotting.
This is actually something so frustrating to men because they hold themselves back from approaching women since they've been told time and time again that women don't want to be approached. But then here's these women wondering why men aren't approaching them while they're looking like they are having the worst time ever, which is so frustrating because it feels like a game and meeting new people is tough enough, especially when you don't want this to be the thing that's eliminating potentially good partners. I mean, there's already enough crazies out there, which is why I always recommend to men to do a public data check on a trusted website like publicdatacheck.com before pursuing.
And today, on how sexism is only funny if it's about men, please see the following.
Under my leadership, women would not have to pay taxes. No, they wouldn't. You're a woman. No taxes for you. Everything is a tax write-off for you.
Oh, it gets better.
Next, tampons, free. Pads, free. Anything to do with menstrual cycle and pain is free, bitch.
And how are those going to be paid for? Oh, yeah, that's right. That half of the population that would be left paying taxes would be footing the bill for those.
Next, we are going to stop funding male medical research. No more of it. From now on, we are only doing studies and research for women on women's health only. From here on out, thank you so much.
So half of the population is not deserving of medical research? Oh dear.
Next, all men must go to work under my leadership. Yes, you must. You must be at work. Providing for any woman and every woman in your life. It's a requirement under my leadership.
Yeah, no. There are those of us women out there that can actually take care of ourselves. Sorry that some don't fall into that category.
And finally, every man is guilty until proven innocent. That's just a quick little roundup under my leadership of what I'm aiming, okay? Thank you. This is the Simona Project.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who's wondering, who exactly is going to be enforcing this new sexist regime? I wonder if they thought that part through.
So the ladies will be like, Kendra, tell him to take off his hat. How much is this? How much, how tall is he? And I was like, y'all already know how I roll. I don't tell men to take off their hats because I don't tell y'all to take off your wigs. I don't ask men their height because I don't ask you your weight. But I have to, but it's important that I do that because what I will say, and I am team women, women at times, we have the luxury, I'm hair, makeup, we have the luxury to increase our pretty. A man just has to be genetically blessed. And I hear it all the time. Like, this is a true story. You said something about content. The crazy thing is I don't create content. These are real people. Like, I don't even have to make nothing up. I had a woman who is paralyzed, 62, for 4 years she's been paralyzed. I asked the questions. I said, well, we got to look a certain way. She was like, yeah, he got to be 6'2". I said, now. I said, but you ain't. I said, ma'am, and it got emotional. She cried and it was like a roller. I'm going to send you the video. You're going to watch this. It was like a roller coaster of emotions because she's paralyzed, right? But I said, why he got to be 6'2"? So I don't want no short man. I wear heels. So this is what I deal with. And with love, I try to break this barrier because I love my Black women. I think you're amazing, but sometimes you're not somebody's preference. How much of your life are you going to waste waiting on a man who is literally you're invisible to?
So that right there. I am positive this woman is not alone. Y'all check this out.
When I was in college, I dated a very traditional Christian man who asked me at one point, how do you feel about after you graduated, we just immediately got married and you were a stay-at-home wife and you didn't have to work? I was honestly offended by that question because I was so passionate about this thing that I was getting a degree in that I was just so eager to enter the workforce and do this thing that I loved and get money for it. Fast forward to today, I've graduated, we broke up, I'm now working in the profession of the thing that I got a degree in, and I changed my mind. I changed my mind, I know. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done.
That feminism struck again. I bet it's watching her video like, gotcha. And don't feel bad because like I said earlier, just like Michael Jackson,
you're not alone.
Now, I'm not sure if this creator is serious or if she's just being funny, but I am sure there are a bunch of women out there who feel the exact same way. They were told and sold that feminism was the way to go and women can do anything a man can do. And a lot of them are sitting at a desk or they're working some job that they can't stand. Some of them are working 2 or 3 jobs because let's just call it what it is. They were lied to. There is nothing wrong with the woman who just wants to work and do all that stuff. But feminism told every woman they should be like that. And that's just not the reality. A lot of women don't want to work like that. A lot of women would rather be home with the kids, taking care of that stuff. So I'm just going to chalk this one up to feminism. And unfortunately, there are so many women who drink this Kool-Aid and they wish to God that they can go back 20, 30 years and do things differently. But unless you got a genie and a magic lamp, that ain't going to happen. So good luck with that.
One thing that Kendra said about, and I appreciate her saying that, about, you know, men have a certain set of challenges that women don't have. One thing that she said, it kind of stuck out to me because she said women can increase their pretty. That's partly true. Women can, it's not in some, for some, for some of these women, oh man. For some of these women, you're not increasing anything. You never had it to begin with. And I say that in the most respectful way. I mean, if I have to realize it myself, okay, maybe I don't look that good. Maybe I'm like a 4, something like that. Okay, I get cleaned up, I get a haircut. Which, by the way, I need one. I just haven't gone. If I go get a haircut, probably, you know, be like a 5, 5.5. And that's with me, you know, throwing on a suit and doing all that stuff. Man, you look pretty good. Maybe on occasion when all factors are right, you got the right weight, everything tip-top shape, probably a 6.5 out the door. Maybe 6.2 out the door, right? But modern women with the makeup, they can literally go from a 1 to a 10. With the extensions, with these shorts and these body shaping clothing and stuff like that, you ain't got no chest or whatever. You can go get surgery for that, and you don't even need surgery. Actually, you can go get one of these, you know, push-up things to make you look like you have a little bit more than what you actually have, and then you go get these little shorts or pants to make you look like you have something that you don't actually have. It's doing more than accentuating, right? Because to accentuate, you already have it there. There is something there, but some of these ladies don't even have it there. It's creating something that you don't have. So we doing a little bit. Modern women, that's probably why they live in a world of fantasy and delusion, is because they have access to all this stuff and they think it's actually them when they do it.
Show me a 10 that's complaining about being married, please. I would love to see a 10 complain about being married, because at the end of the day, we got all these girls up on here complaining about marriage and they solid 4s. Hence Cardi B. Y'all talk about, oh, Cardi did it. Cardi before the surgeries was a solid 2 to 3. Maybe even a 4, but she got her nose done, her face done. She got good money now. So Cardi looks completely different. You know what I mean? And just like a lot of you girls, y'all come on here with your lace fronts and your long eyelashes fluttering and your lips done and all this other stuff done, thinking that you a baddie. You're not a baddie, baby. Take all that off. Take off the clown makeup. Take off that funky lace wig. Take it all off and let's see who the real baddies are. Because I love to tell you right now, you not. Everybody want to come online like, oh, you're a baddie, you're a baddie. Women love hyping up mid-females for whatever reason. And you know, men being their DMs because they easy targets. You know what I mean? So it's like, y'all sitting up here thinking y'all something when really y'all not nothing. You know what I mean? So y'all want to come out here and complain about being married and complain about being a mom. And most of the ones complaining about marriage, half the time not even got married.
Let me guess, she's a pick me. And guess what? She'll get picked. And I ain't talking about just, and see, y'all can say, she'll pick me, she'll pick me. She's just saying to get men's attention. If you see how that woman looks, she gets men attention. I guarantee you, every man who watched this video, even if they had it on silent, they think that woman is attractive. And then put that on what she just said, how honest she just was. Come on now. Y'all are upset. Cause the thing about it is, everything she said about the makeup, the lace fronts, and the eyelashes, all that, she ain't got none of that on, and she still look good. See, a lot of women call bad is this thing that y'all buy, and that's the mental disorder that a lot of y'all have. You think once you get the wig, the starter package of the wig, the eyelashes, the makeup, the waist trainer, if you ain't got the money to get your body done, and some accessories, some jewelry, you think you bad now. It's like, nah, that's not bad, shawty. You alright. Let me see you wake up in the morning. I'll let you know if you bad or not. Y'all take these be cool. They gonna be mad. They mad at her. They are up in arms.
Are you fucking serious?
I am. I'm motherfucking problem. I promise you, I'm ungovernable. I've been with lawyers. I've been with doctors.
Oh, okay.
I've been with white men.
Bill,
Yes.
oh my
Disgusting.
God, she reached the top of the mountain. She's been with white men. Oh my God.
She's been with them, but how many ever retained you? All that means to me is that you will let men of any race go deep inside, and then they throw you back to the streets from where you came.
And the only reason why white men are the saviors for the moment is because society allows them to be. So once I deconstructed that, I went back to black men, and I'm here to stay.
I want to make a point because I don't even want to touch that. I think the internet's going to touch that for us. But I think you said that
if this goes out,
you said that
you might have to cut this part.
Yeah, you got.
It's out, baby.
I cut her part. You know, yeah. What she said was some. But you
What
said
I said was some bullshit.
Let me explain. 'Cause you held the mic.
You're very sensitive.
You held the mic.
You're extremely
I've been taking my turn. I've been taking my turn.
Yeah, she's extremely sensitive. And I grew up around boys. Like, I know sensitive boys. I have all boy cousins.
So sensitive.
I
I'm
know.
gonna cry after this podcast is over.
I can look
Please
in
get
the
me
eyes and see
tears.
who really got it.
Oh my God.
No.
I won't be able to sleep at night thinking about, oh my God, if I could only be with a woman like that. Anyway, but the point I want to make, right, is this.
You think the internet gonna grind me up?
Oh yeah, they're gonna chew me up. They're gonna chew me up.
No, sorry. All the man said was that was some, and through your own emotion and irrationality, you began to call him out of being a boy.
Women,
You're not married. You don't have any
She ain't gonna let him
kids.
talk.
You're a YouTuber. I'm a veteran. I'm a widow because I was married, right? I have a daughter that I put in one of the best schools in this country, right? I'm not going to say how much I make money, but I make very good money. I'm a contributor to my community.
And I still don't want
all it. I don't want you. What the
And I don't want
You're still gonna be a leftover, baby. She's screaming she's not masculine from the mountaintops, but even outside of her wounded masculine behavior, she's currently competing the things that she's done within her life to a man.
That's absolutely fine. But she believes that men of value want this. She believes men of value want this.
Uh-oh.
You smell funny, right? I smell funny? Yes, you do. You smell funny, and the niggas that you could never touch. Even the white boys, you lame ass. Are you serious? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. See, I told you don't bring me around these nut ass. I make too much money. I make $350,000 a year.
Represent yourself. So then represent yourself like a professional woman. Sit down and have a conversation.
You're gonna give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm from America's Next Top Model, and I don't know who you are, but you're out here talking about black excellence.
Yes.
What are you promoting?
So I'm a streamer, you know. I also make music. I don't know if you know who Fred Again is and Skepta. I have a song nominated for a Grammy with them, Victory Lap.
Really?
Yes. And I am nominated for Streamer of the Year. Music Streamer, Best Stream Series, Best Stream
How do I
Collab.
support you?
Right here, support black business. What's your name?
Should I put you on my stories right
Yes,
now?
yes, yes. You
Support
should.
your black business?
100%.
We're here with
Black Boy Max. Black Boy Max. Y'all know what time it is. All platforms.
all platforms. You
Make
gotta
sure y'all
support
vote.
him.
Oh, upside down. Make sure y'all vote. Vote. Exercise the right MLK fought for. Vote.
Period.
All platforms. Grammys and Streamer of the Year. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Come on.
Okay, are you gonna
Yes.
give me a little smooch?
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
You know what?
I can't. Love though. I'm out. Oh
Good
my
job.
God. What the fuck just happened?
And you guys were filming stuff obnoxiously with every single person who recognized him. I don't even know this guy. I literally am running an empire right now. I walked up to you after his little outburst. He probably don't even date black women.
Here we go.
But I said to you guys very
Sign language. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. If it's not the insults or the shaming of not dating black women, it's you're probably right. Like any reason to try to describe why a man didn't find you attractive. It just, without fail.
I verbally told you not to use it. I have so many things going on right now that I don't have time to take you to court, but I dare you. I dare you to try me because now you are taking up my time. This 3 minutes that it's taken to post this, I could have been making money. So you're new.
Think about how crazy this young woman is. She was out in public, saw a man being filmed with a bunch of cameras, decided in public to go out of her way to communicate to that man. She makes an advance towards that man that makes him feel uncomfortable. We don't know what his situation is. We don't know if he has a girlfriend or maybe he just doesn't want to put his lips up on you. He don't know where you've been. He's just trying to promote his music, baby. But now in order to promote it, he's got to put lips up on you. Sounds like that weird Hollywood we always hear about. And now, after him live streaming, his utilization of that clip or keeping that clip up is going to have a lawsuit threatened upon him? Huh?
You know what's that? You want me to kiss you on your cheek because you saw it was lit. You saw it was getting nominated for. You wanted to steal my cameraman. I didn't want to kiss you. And then after I didn't want to kiss you, now you're threatening to sue me. What the are we talking about?
If anyone is confused on what is going on here, it is the girlfriend that is filming the video. It's her boyfriend that is apparently caught in this weird situation where a woman is trying to ask for help or reach for help at least with getting out of the water onto the floaty. In response to that, he just kind of shifts out of the way, but he doesn't actively help her out. His girlfriend is saying that she has trained him well, that he's doing the right thing by this, but a lot of women are in the comments kind of calling her out as insecure because they would want their boyfriends to help another woman out and they would be okay with that. I just think that this is a good example of how a man cannot do anything perfectly right according to all women, that different women are going to have different opinions on this. I genuinely don't think that that man is a bad person by not helping her out because she wasn't in like immediate danger. He was doing what he knew his girlfriend wanted him to do. I bet you anything they've had lots of discussions about this in the past. He's obviously comfortable with following through with not helping someone out and not touching another woman like that, especially when she's in a bikini. And again, like she was not in immediate danger. Okay. She was physically fit enough to get herself out of the water. She was fine.
You know, in the video that MTR was kind of reviewing, the woman said something that was really interesting. She said, do you think that the internet is going to basically side with me or are they going to side with you? And that's the problem. That's the disconnect for a lot of these relationships. Is modern women rely on what social media is saying. They rely on what they hear on TV, right? If the collective says it, then it must be true. Modern women, a lot of them don't have a North Star to where they say, I hear all of the outside noise, but I need to go back, focus on center and see exactly which direction that I need to go. Because obviously, if people are saying a lot of stuff, then the human brain, that's just the way it is. I'm starting to think and I'm starting to doubt myself. That's what modern women want in a man, is a rock. Can you be my rock? When everything is going, to crap, are you going to be there to help me come back and say, no, let me get you back grounded. This is what's actually going on. This is how things actually are. Modern women flow out in a state of fantasy, a state of delusion. They don't live in reality. right? And so when she says stuff like, do you think that the internet is going to agree with me or agree with you? It doesn't matter what the internet is talking about. It matters what's right and what's wrong. If these modern women are living in a fantasy world, they need to go out and touch grass.
We can't wash men off. Period. No, I need you to hear me. We cannot wash men off. There will always be a remnant of the men that we've been with inside of our bodies for life. So if you are just filled with all of these different people, you know how many different soul ties, demon spirits you got in your body?
But so do men though.
No, men can wash us off.
No.
What do you mean no?
I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying because we are incubators and they are the whatever.
Penetrators. That's what they are. Yeah. It's a sport, especially for certain types of men. And for us to sit here and act like we could be just like men, that's wild.
Do you usually go for white men or black men?
Usually black, but I'm married to a white guy.
We must stay focused, brothers.
What in the plot twist? How did Connor sweep you off your feet?
Yeah, it was like we were friends first.
Oh, he played the long game.
I think black guys like thicker women, not gonna lie, and I do not fit that category. No, they've literally told me before.
That's so mean, guys. Just because it's true doesn't mean you say it.
Life, especially one who's intimate with me, automatically wants to step into leadership and provision and want to protect and provide for me. Kim has never given me those vibes.
Yeah. You got a boyfriend right now, Kelly?
No.
Exactly.
Why does that matter? Do you have a girlfriend right now, Kim?
I don't need nobody to protect and provide for me. I'm not looking for that. I'm just trying
You're
to
a
say.
man. I wouldn't expect that.
I'm just trying to say that this is the thing, that you think that because you're dating somebody, like for instance, right? Give you an example.
So as a woman, if I share my body with a man, I shouldn't expect him to want to protect and provide for me? Is that what you would teach your daughter? What?
The problem is this: you want to protect.
You think
and
men
provide.
and women are equal?
No. What I'm trying to explain to you is this: for me, I rather invest in my female than give my female, and that's the problem.
You've never invested in me
because you had bad investments. That's why you're in nursing school. I'm trying to explain to you that the investments that you had weren't good.
That's not why I'm in nursing school. I've been working on my nursing degree since 2019.
Why you don't have it yet?
I opened the business to help me get through nursing school.
Which was
because I needed a passive income.
Which was a bad investment. Right. Anyway, like I was trying to explain, because it's a bad investment, or somebody gives you an opinion, you reverse it into a nigga don't want to protect, provide. You never looked out for me. Yo, you didn't really like you always looked past me. Because I don't think what you were doing was going to make money for yourself or for me. That's how you reverted to say, yo, you never want to look out for me. You never did this for me. You never believed in me. You always looked past me. Because I give you my real opinion.
Okay, Cam, what's your feelings towards her?
Listen, I love Callie as a friend, man. Like I said, she's a beautiful girl. I would love to be her friend, but we're just not in a space of being friends, because the last time we talked, I wouldn't let her move in my house. So we stopped speaking.
That has nothing to do with it.
I'm just telling you, last time, for me, that's what it was.
That's not why we stopped speaking.
Why we stopped speaking? Tell me.
So I guess that's the reason why.
So recently I caught up with an old friend, and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple, and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. My husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids, and I just got lonely and bored. And she had other friends that had, boyfriends, or they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, I gotta work. They had a big house, they had nice things, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced, and now she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I can hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing?
This is a prime example of a woman making the mistake of leaving a man based on the 90-10 theory. If you guys don't know what the 90-10 theory is, it's where a man can have 90% of what a woman wants in a man, but she becomes so focused on the 10% that that man doesn't have that she breaks it off. She lets him go even though he has 90% of what she wants. And look, when a woman does this, she is fully convinced that she can find a man with 100% of what she wants. And then she goes out into the dating pool and she tries to find a man with that 10%. She thinks initially that this is all that she really wants and that is what she's focused on until she starts cycling through these men, and what she finds is that they don't have all the 90% that her ex did. She finds out the hard way that men don't actually all have that 90% that her husband had. That's why she didn't appreciate it to begin with, because she thought that every man, or at least many men, had the same qualities as her husband, but you know, the 10% was lacking, and that's what she needed to find. Well, over time, she realizes that she made a mistake, that she should have appreciated that 90%. And as far as the 10% that was lacking, maybe she could have either one, accepted it because she knew that the 90% made up for it, or two, she could have agreed with her husband to work on it. But with that, she needs to be open to taking some accountability for herself and her own actions and potentially looking at changing some things that she does.
When my fiance had an issue, my last one, and he just sitting on the couch with ESPN and them top 10 plays, you know,
yeah, over and over.
I sat on the couch right here, literally, and he said, I sat here, and I just put my hand on him. I said, and he ain't look at me. I said, baby, I don't know what it is, but I want you to know, whatever it is, even if it's financial, I'm not leaving you, and I love you, and we'll get through it. And he was looking how you looking, and I'm sitting here, he did this, and tears just rolled by. In that moment, I was a product of my father, a product of my father teaching me what a man needs. When women don't get that, we don't know how to navigate that. And a woman who doesn't get that can easily take that as that man is disconnected from her. And she can start to ask him egocentric questions like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
What did I do? Why are you not telling me? Why aren't you talking to me? I knew in that moment there was nothing that man wanted to say to me or anybody.
Right.
He was having a moment. And all I needed to do was reassure him that I'm not going nowhere. You're not going to lose your woman and whatever else you just lost. And whatever I have to do
to hold it together,
I am going to rise to that occasion to make sure that we are good. This is why men are so important, man, just in women's life and in their boys' life, because he taught me how to navigate through a man's emotions. He taught me how to identify when those emotions are off kilter. And he also taught me what he needed to be said as a daughter.
You'll often hear women say, oh, he fumbled me. A lot of y'all weren't fumbled. Y'all were dropped on purpose, because somewhere along the line, women started believing that simply being pretty, having a job, or being desired makes you a prize. But that's not how this works. A prize is rare, valuable, hard to replace. A lot of y'all think that a man lost the moon when he walked away from you, but you brought nothing but attitude, jealousy, entitlement, no accountability, no peace, no femininity, no emotional control, but somehow he fumbled you? No. He finally saw through that performance. He saw how that independent baddie was hiding behind insecurity, lack of respect. So he left. That's not a fumble, that's a correction. We gotta stop acting like a man loses something every time he walks away. Sometimes he dodges a bullet. Listen, this doesn't mean that men are perfect. This doesn't mean that every breakup is your fault. But the problem is that women aren't doing the self-work, but they're expecting men to treat them as if they had.
I really do enjoy the dialogue that Cameron was having with his ex-girlfriend. I really do. You see how unhinged these modern women are. To be quite honest with you, you see how out of place they are. You see how out of line a lot of these modern women are. You see how they don't even worry about what a man got going on. A man can tell you, do not go down this road. It's not going to work for you. I'm going to go do it anyway, regardless of what you say. And guess what? I expect you to pay for it. I expect you to do as I've told you, as you've told me. Exactly. You're here for my benefit. You're here to, I'm high maintenance. I look good. I got a body. My body is T. And if you want to keep this, you're going to pay for it. And you're going to pay for whatever I say. No, I'm not. You're going to go out there, and modern women don't really understand that these men, especially the brothers that got money and they're already getting women, they will pull the rug out from under you and go somewhere else. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of modern women would, when they get with these types of men, the men would let them down slowly if they would shut their mouths. But they do just like what that woman was doing on Cameron's show. They get on there trying to act entitled, trying to trash him, trying to talk crazy to him, trying to talk sideways to him. And that's why you get left. That's why the men don't want to deal with you. And you're in the position that you're in right now.
I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes I just forget, like, comparably how much larger my husband is than me. Like, I forget that he's bigger than me. Because undoubtedly, my attitude a lot of times makes me think I'm the same size as him. Like, I could go toe to toe with this man and look him in his eye. But then there are times where I suddenly realize, oh, I am small girl. I realized it last night. We were snuggling and he was Big Spoon and I was Little Spoon. And we're laying there and he like reaches across me and like holds my hand, but he like kind of wraps his hand around my hand. And I'm just laying there and I think to myself, his hand is really big. And then I start like taking stock of like how much larger this man is compared to me. And it's like, when did I forget that?
Men and women, not equal. And that's the hottest thing that I have ever realized, because we are not the same. We're not built the same. We are not wired the same. And thank God for that. Women bring magic men will never have. Intuition that feels danger before it walks in the door. Nurturing that turns a house into a home. And a softness that calms the wildest storms. Men bring power women should never have to carry. Direction when everything feels lost. Protection that makes you sleep like a baby. Raw strength that moves mountains so you don't have to.
I find it so interesting that when I talk about meeting my husband's needs, the automatic assumed thought is that it's just or the only need a man ever has is a need. That is completely untrue. Don't get me wrong. I've never denied my husband. I've never turned him down. I've never refused. I've always responded because I love being desired by my husband. And transparently, my husband's super sexy, okay? I desire my husband. But men are also significantly more complex than just lustful creatures like women like to paint them out to be. For example, women will sit here and demand a man increase his emotional intelligence, right? But what they really crave is that emotional vulnerability from a man. If you've ever listened to a man without interrupting him or trying to change his mind, you will hear from them that being vulnerable with a woman is a dangerous game to play. And women don't want to hear that because they refuse to take responsibility or accountability for the fact that they weaponize men's vulnerabilities. They will attack them, they will degrade them, and then they will emasculate him, and he will never come back from that.
When men are like, single women today only want men for their bank accounts and their good looks. I'm like, what bank accounts? What good looks? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, what is this mirage that you're feeding to me? Like, find me a man who's like nice and funny and smart and hot and rich. Like, find me that man. I mean, they do exist. They're men. What you're explaining to me is a man. man. Maybe he is a straight man and exists somewhere and he's probably married to some beautiful girl, and I love that for both of them, but that's not you. Usually the person that's saying that is neither hot nor rich. It just kills me. I love it. Single women only want hot rich men. I'm like, where are they? You're ugly. What are you talking about? It's crazy.
What are you bringing to guys that you can make these demands of them, right? She's basically saying these guys don't exist, right? There's no nice, funny, hot, rich, smart. Well, that's a lot to have all in one, A. Secondly, if you're going to be that picky, you better be, I don't know, are you like Cinderella or something?
So we not about to sit here and act like the reason why a lot of these young women be wilding out, promiscuous, and sleeping around is because they saw their moms, their aunts, and older cousins in their family being hoes. We're not going to sit here and act like a lot of these mothers weren't getting their daughters who was 14, 16 at a young age, and they would get pregnant again, then they would give them another. We're not going to sit here and act like mothers weren't more worried about a man being up in their house or focus on the man than focus on their own daughters, which is why a lot of the young women these days are super promiscuous. And a lot of these women my age, in their late 30s or early 40s, are too busy competing with the young women than actually trying to talk to them and educate them. You cannot sleep around with a bunch of people and not lose yourself.
63% of men under 30 are single. That's not a statistic. That's a crisis. 25% of men under 35 feel chronically lonely. 1 in 4. This isn't a confidence problem. It's not a looks problem. It's a market problem. Most men have entered one of the most competitive markets of their lives, with zero data on where they stand. You wouldn't invest money in a market you don't understand. Why are you investing years in one? The Maximus Dating Market Value Calculator gives you the number. By category. In 2 minutes. So you know exactly where to put your energy. Free. Anonymous. No email. Link in bio. Take the 2 minutes.
Until you understand that women are literally children, you're not going to do very well with women. If you are taking women seriously and you are engaging with her as if she is your equal, she's going to get with you. You're going to get cooked. This starts from a very young age. They learn that they can do anything and get away with anything because their father is likely castrated and not allowed to discipline her. They don't even learn right from wrong. For example, instead of taking accountability, a woman will cry, argue, turn red, faint, lose her keys, lose her purse, call her ex, call her mother, kick the dog, run away, get a flat tire, go to jail. She will do all of this before she says, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry. Because that would be maturity. And women, like I said, are literally children.
Women who want men to share more, to open up. Don't interrupt him. When he pauses, count to 30. Most men will come in at about 18, unless you're asking about feelings. Could be 3 days. Don't ever ask a question that isn't worth waiting for the answer. And women start waiting for the answer. And lo and behold, men start talking, which is amazing. He's opening up. Then they have a new complaint. Well, I listened to him for an hour and a half, and then he didn't listen to me. Men show appreciation by take and use. You know they appreciate the listening because they're talking. They know they appreciate the sandwich because they ate it. Women show appreciation by direct reciprocity. I listened to you for 27 minutes. Now you listen to me for 27 minutes. And women are profoundly aware of this. The men will open up and then they'll complain, but they're not listening to me. Well, that's a whole other thing. Get listened to by a man. He's not going to do it in return. He's not built that way.
Do you know what an apex predator is?
You're about to say some but go ahead.
I would say that women's greatest danger is a man. And so because of that, of course, there will be resentment there.
Yes, absolutely. Men do bad things to women. There's no disputing that. But you're saying that men are apex predators. That's like that's incredibly sexist. There's no getting around that.
Why is that sexist?
If someone were to say black people are apex predators, would you find that racist?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to explain this to you. I'm just going to explain it to you because you're not getting it.
No, I'm getting it.
No,
so
you're
here's
not.
what you're going to do. No, wait. Can I?
A race does not make you more. It does not make you more productive.
Not make you.
Oh, are we going to get into this argument?
Does anyone think women are more superficial?
We're much more materialistic. I think that's a fact, and there's no shame in saying that we are. I truly don't think we should try and say, no, we're not materialistic. No, we don't like nice things, because I just don't think that's true. We are gatherers, so we like to go around and get the stuff and everything like that. I think men, just like Brian was explaining, they're very, very, very simple creatures. I think when they're looking for someone to be a wife, they're just looking for someone who can take care of their kids and bear them healthily. So I think men are extremely simple in comparison to women. There's no shame at all of having like these standards as a woman, but also to say that we're not superficial or men are more superficial than us is just not true.
If you are in a relationship right now, stay in your relationship. The dating market is exactly like the job market. Nobody is leaving their job because nobody is hiring. Do not leave your relationship. I've been single for literally an entire year, and I'm aggressively dating. I'm on Tinder, I'm on Hinge, I'm on Bumble, I'm on Match, I'm on Seeking. I just paid $150 for a speed dating event, aggressively dating, and I'm still single. It is cold and it is lonely out here, and there are not enough men. So if you are in a relationship, stay exactly where you are. Don't come out of the house. Work it out. Fix it. Whatever it is.
You really better start listening to what she said. A lot of modern women don't really understand. Really, honestly and truly, a lot of these ladies don't understand. You don't have the pull that you think you do. They get out here. You have a lot of single moms, women that are like 40 something, trying to get out here. Honestly and truly, and they get out here thinking, like I said, you can get out here and you can go back to doing what you were doing. Oh, I still look okay. I might have gained a few pounds, but I still got it. You don't have it. You're playing in a different pool. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You need to be playing in a different pool. Number one. Number two, at some point in time, you have to retire. Modern women don't understand that. And so they think I can just hop out and do it one time for the one time. Do you know in the NBA, there's not a lot of people that can continue to do it at a high level after they reach like 40 something years old? They just can't. Maybe Tom Brady. Really, honestly and truly, he's probably one of the few ones that can get to 40, 39, 40 something and still play at a high level. But even at that, they need a lot of help, a lot of tools around them. A lot of them can't do it from scratch. It's just too much work and they don't want to do it. That's where modern women find themselves. Even if you're Tom Brady-esque, you're going to need a lot of help. You can't do it by yourself. And even if you can, why would you want to? You're going to that wall is going to come and you're going to run out of steam at some point in time.